Welcome to the St. Francis Prep Virtual College Fair. We're excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Matt, and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. And the presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/SFP. And now I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter, Marist College.
Alrighty, thanks so much, Matt. Hi, everyone. My name is Megan Fergus. I am the New York City Territory Admission Counselor here at Marist. I am a recent Marist alum. I graduated in the spring of 2020. While at Marist, I received my undergraduate degree in psychology and special education. I was also a four-year starter on the volleyball team, and now I'm one of the volleyball assistant coaches as well. And I'm also receiving my master's in business administration. That's a little bit about me, a little bit about Marist and the place that we love to call home. We're located in Poughkeepsie, New York, which is about an hour and a half away from the city. As I mentioned, we are located in Poughkeepsie, which is a city, but it definitely doesn't feel like a city when you're on our campus. We really pride ourselves on our scenery. We're located right on the Hudson River in the beautiful Hudson Valley, and we made sure to orient all of our buildings toward the river, so it's so nice to be able to look out of the any of your dorm buildings or academic buildings and see the gorgeous view of the Hudson Valley. Here are a couple of numbers we like to share. As you can see, we have just under 6,000 undergraduate students and over 40 different majors for them to choose from. We also do have graduate programs as well. We have 15 graduate programs, and a handful of those are dual degree certifications, which means students are able to come in and receive their bachelor's as well as their master's in 5 years. And then our student population is made up of students from 44 out of the 50 states, 50 countries, and 24% of our students are racially or ethnically diverse. So you're really learning from everyone at Marist, not just the professors. Our student to faculty ratio is a 16:1. We do have very small class sizes. Our average class size at Marist is 20 to 25 students, and we placed a cap at 35 students. So you're never going to be in a class with larger than 35 students. And about 96% of our first year students are living on campus with us, and about 70% of our students are staying on campus all 4 years that you're here. Just to quickly touch on our success rate, we do have a higher graduation rate than the average at 85%, and 97% of our recent graduates are either employed or attending grad school within 6 months of graduation. So you definitely are prepared for success during your time here at Marist and after you graduate. Here's a full compiled list of all of our programs of study. As I mentioned, we have over 40 different majors, but we do have over 90 programs of study. The difference between that 40 and that 90 are going to be your minors and your concentrations. So we are a liberal arts institution here at Marist, so we really wanted students to have the flexibility to create a degree path that works best for them. So all of our students have the opportunity to add a major, a minor, a concentration, and take all the areas that interest them and add that onto their degree path. When you are applying and accepted into Marist, or accepted into the school as a whole, so you can change your major or declare your major without having to reapply. And you do have to take a core curriculum, which gives you a little taste of what different academic programs are like. Now, all of the classes that we offer here at Marist are centered around theory and practice, and we wanted to make sure students were receiving that hands-on learning experience right from their freshman year. There are a couple of things that lead to your Marist experience that are highly encouraged but not required, and they are internships and research. And then we also have a study abroad program. We are ranked 3rd in the nation for our study abroad program. We have over 70 established destinations, and 50% of our students do study abroad. If you are interested in broadening your education overseas, you have 3 different programs you can choose from. You have a semester-long program, a short-term program, and then also a first-year abroad program to pick from. And then since a large majority of our students are living with us on campus, we really wanted to provide them with a number of different things for them to do. So we have over 80 different clubs and organizations, and we are a Division I school here at Marist. We have 23 Division I sports, and really anything you could want in club sports and intramurals. In addition to all of the activities put on by our clubs and organizations, as well as our athletic endeavors, we also have a very active student activities programming who puts on programs about once a night, and it's anything from a movie night to bingo to concerts. They also provide our students with a number of different ways to get off campus if they wanted to go for a little adventure. We do have a local bus system that's free to all Marist students. We also offer $5 movie vouchers and $25 Broadway tickets, Yankee tickets, and Ranger tickets, which would pay for your transportation to and from the city, as well as the price of your ticket. So here are a couple of deadlines to be made aware of: November 15th, February 1st, and March 1st. If you are applying early decision 1 or 2, note that that is that binding commitment option. If you weren't ready for the commitment just yet, you can apply early action or regular decision. That is not a binding commitment. And then below, you'll see a couple of numbers. Don't pay too much attention to the numbers because they're in no way a requirement for application. They're just an average for admitted students each year. So our average GPA is from an 87 to a 93, or from a 3.1 to a 3.7 if you're on a 4-point scale. Again, that is in no way a requirement. It's just an average for admitted students. And then below that, you'll see our average SAT and ACT scores. You'll see the little asterisk next to it. That's because we are test optional here at Marist. We've been test optional for over a decade. So if you choose to not submit your test scores, it will in no way negatively impact your chances on acceptance or receiving merit scholarships. But if you do submit them, we will take that into account during the application review process. And then lastly, we understand that everything in the world is ever changing by the day, but we are only an hour and a half away from the city, and the best way to experience Marist is to come and visit us. So we have a number of different in-person visit options. I'll be putting in a couple links in the chat, and you can see all of the different visit options that we have available. And then this is just my contact information. If you have any questions after today, you're more than welcome to contact me directly, as I am your point of contact as the New York City Territory Admission Counselor. Thank you so much, Matt. I think my time is almost up, so I will turn it back over to you.
Great, thank you, Megan. Next up is Ithaca College.
Thank you so much, Matt. Hi, everybody. Excuse me. My name is Jessica Dietrich, and I am one of the associate directors at Ithaca College. Ithaca is based in the Finger Lakes region of central New York State, so we are approximately 4 hours from the New York City area. Initially, a lot of our students are actually drawn to IC because of our size. So we have about 5,000 undergraduate students enrolled. We're considered a medium-sized institution in the grand scheme of higher education. However, our average class size is only about 17, and our student to faculty ratio is 9:1. So the classroom experience definitely resembles that of a much smaller institution. We have close to about 100 majors at Ithaca, excuse me, and about 70 different minors, and a lot of flexibility to move around and change your mind. We see the vast majority of our students start in something called our exploratory program, which is technically what we have in place for students who are undecided. However, those students will receive immense guidance and support and mentorship, all in the efforts of helping them find what is the right combination of programs, majors, minors for them. All of our programs feed through one of 5 schools, which you see in the pie chart on your screen, those being the School of Business, the Park School of Communications, the School of Health Sciences, the School of Humanities and Sciences, and last but not least, our founding school, which was the School of Music. So if any of you have Jeopardy going in the background tonight, here's your Jeopardy trivia question of the evening. Ithaca was founded as a music conservatory back in 1892. We are big believers in experiential learning at IC. We want students doing just as much outside the classroom as they are doing in. So this can take shape in a lot of different ways, certainly through internships and field work, especially through research, and we have over 100 laboratory spaces on campus where students can engage in this. We also have many media facilities, such as a student-run television station and 2 student-run radio stations, many concert and music spaces. You do not have to be a music or theater major at Ithaca College to participate with any of our music ensembles or theater productions, and many of our clinics catering to our healthcare-related fields. We have over 200 student organizations at IC that students can engage in, and the vast majority of our students do live on campus. We are predominantly a residential type of community. We require students to live on campus for the first 3 years, and we guarantee housing for all 4 years. And of course, I can't fail to share that Ithaca is gorgeous. So if you're not familiar with this phrase, we're located in the quintessential college town of Ithaca, New York, which we share with our neighbors, Cornell University. So at any given time, you have about 30,000 college students in the Ithaca region. And so the statistic is that there are over 150 waterfalls and gorges within a 10-mile radius of the city of Ithaca. So there are literal gorges that are thus gorgeous. In terms of the admission process, we offer 3 application deadlines: early decision, early action, and regular decision. Those are laid out on your screen. Just keep in mind, for those of you who may be considering applying into our music or theater programs, additional requirements along the lines of an audition or an interview will be required, and your deadlines could adjust slightly. Ithaca typically looks for an academic profile of a student of a B+ and to an A, but we focus very much on the student's transcript, trends, and academic performance over time, and how the student has challenged themselves within the context of their high school environment. So in your case, in the context of being a St. Francis Prep student and what's offered at your school. Over 92% of our students do not pay for the full cost of attendance to attend IC, and we offer both merit-based scholarships as well as need-based financial aid. We also have additional scholar programs that will require a separate application to be considered. And Ithaca has been a test optional college since 2012, and so we will continue to be test optional moving forward. With that, I'd like to take a quick tour of campus. So let's take a quick tour. In fact, what I'm going to do, just to make sure I got my sound going here, is take a quick 1-minute tour of campus.
Hey, welcome to Ithaca College. We only have a minute to take a tour. Let's go.
So I always feel bad for you guys that you have to absorb so much information in 6 minutes. So I encourage you to be in touch. You can see my contact information on the screen here. I will also put into the chat how you can continue to explore IC further. You're welcome to visit us in person. We are happy to host in-person visitors once again, but we are also doing quite a bit virtually. So I encourage you to be in touch. So with that, I'm going to pass it back to Matt, who then will pass it on to Utica College.
Great, thank you very much, Jessica. And yes, up next is Utica College.
Why is it not sharing? All right, you guys should be able to see my screen now. There we go. All right, so welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me. My name is Adam Francis. I am the admissions counselor here at Utica College. I think my screen is being shared. I'm the admissions counselor here at Utica College, Office of Admissions. So I'm just gonna give my presentation real quick. Here at Utica, we have 3,500 undergraduate students on campus. We have an 11:1 student to faculty ratio. So we try to keep our classes very small. At no point in time will you be on Utica College and have more than 25 students in your class. As you see, our average class size is about 20, and we offer 16 of the top 20 majors with 26 Division III sports. As you guys can see, tuition is incredibly low, and that's what we value, the education of our students at a private institution. Here are a list of some of our majors, some of our important majors that stand out. Nursing, physical therapy, and occupational therapy are all direct entry. We also have management and business programs that are direct entry as well. And then we also have cybersecurity, just to highlight some of our programs. We also have 70 plus undergraduate majors, and then we have over 40 minors at our school. So ways to apply. I always simply tell students to apply on the Common App by searching Utica College. We also have our application at utica.edu/apply. So here are our deadlines. As you guys can see, we have 4 different deadlines. Early decision, which is the binding contract. If you know that Utica is the place you want to be, the home for you, whether you found a major that you like or you found a coach that you know you really appreciate and you're being recruited, definitely apply November 1st. But I always tell students to apply by November 15th or December 15th. That way you know you're getting your decision before Christmas and you could kind of relax moving into the second semester of your high school senior year. So for applications, we need the high school transcript, your essay, your letter of recommendation, which should come from a counselor or a teacher at your school, and SAT and ACT optional this year for all programs, including our nursing, physical therapy, and occupational therapy. So for nursing and occupational therapy, we need an 88 GPA with 4 years of math. As you guys can see, we are test optional for those programs, but 4 years of math and science are required. It doesn't matter what level of math and science, just make sure that you do have those 4 years. Financial aid. So we understand that school and finances are very important, and we want to keep our tuition low. 95% of our students will receive financial aid. We do offer merit scholarships, so all of our students are reviewed at the same time for scholarship as we review their essay. Also, make sure that you guys are completing your FAFSA. That's free money that you guys can receive from the government and grants from the school, dependent upon need-based. Raise Me is a partnership that we have developed in order to help students get more money. So you go to raiseme.org. Our Scholars Day event, anybody that is invited to Scholars Day has the opportunity to get a free scholarship addition to what they've already received, and they will have the opportunity to be interviewed for full scholarships to Utica College. So here's our tuition. Our tuition did go up slightly. We are at $36,400 this year, $36,400. This includes your tuition, room and board, fees. All students coming to Utica College will receive an iPad their first day on campus, where they can have all their textbooks downloaded right onto their iPad if they don't want to use the traditional textbooks. Freshmen can have cars on campus, which is something that a lot of students like. All they have to do is register with safety and security. So on campus housing, we do have 2 freshman dormitories where the freshmen will live. It's a community style bathroom with 2 roommates. So that's the traditional way of most colleges. After that, they have the ability to go into the more suite style living, which most students like, that they can do that after 1 year. We have over 100 student clubs and organizations and leadership programs, depending upon what you would like. That includes a lot of intramural sports as well. And it also, you can start a major and get it funded. I mean, not a major, a program as far as an organization or club, and have it funded by the school if you have 5 friends. So if we don't have something that you like, definitely feel free to get that started on campus. 26 Division III sports, 30 intramural sports, 4 clubs, and we've been #1 in hockey attendance for over 10 years. And that's partially because we get to play in a professional arena of a minor league team up in Utica, which is really cool. So some new innovations on campus: Pioneer Village, which is one of our most recent dorms built on campus, granite countertops, queen size beds and everything like that, which is really cool, better than some apartments. As you guys can see, Thurston Hall, we have the Todd and Jen Hutton Sports and Recreation Center, which is where our basketball team plays. Then as you see, we have the Dome as well. That is a full 200 meter track, 80-yard football field, full state of the art. We also have a brand new science building that was completed this year, so it's open to our students. We also have a brand new track on campus as well, with a brand new turf. So a lot of great things happening at Utica, even through the pandemic. Then these are just some things that happen in Utica that our students have access to and enjoy. The Boilermaker race is probably the one that stands out. It brings a lot of diversity to Utica. It's a race that happens, it's a 5K race. Basically throughout the whole week, they have pop-up shops and everything. So a lot of our students enjoy that. Just brings a lot of traffic to Utica. These are the different ways to get to Utica College, which is 4 hours away from New York City. A lot of our students sometimes don't have cars, so they're worried about, being too far. We're an hour away from Syracuse and an hour and a half from Albany. So those are very accessible as well. As you can see, we have Amtrak, Greyhound, and New York Trailways as well. These are some of the accolades that we have received over the past years for Utica, just showing that we do have a commitment to our students and that our professors are able to teach at a high standard. And if you need to contact the Office of Admissions, feel free to do so at any time. A lot of times I am on the road, but I would be your admission counselor. So as soon as you get in contact with us, your information is forwarded directly to me and I will definitely respond. So don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks very much. Next up is Adelphi University.
Thanks so much. I'm just going to share my screen quick. Okay, perfect. So hi, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. My name is Jackie. I'm one of the admissions counselors at Adelphi. I work with students in a number of areas, but I cover Queens along with a couple of my colleagues, and I am the St. Francis Prep rep. So what that means is I am most likely the person reading applications from St. Francis Prep, and I will also be probably visiting at least once this year, or I will see you at some point because we are pretty involved with St. Francis Prep. My colleague Lorenzo is also on this call. He'll wave a little bit right now. Lorenzo is one of my other colleagues who covers Queens, and so we work as a team and we're here for you. I will say during the presentation, there is a little QR code. You're welcome to pull that up on your phone or on any device and fill out a form. We will get some of your information, but if you wanted to be put on our mailing list, you can certainly do that. Okay. So lots of things to cover about Adelphi in a short amount of time. So I'll just give some big highlights. So as you may know, Adelphi is located near New York City. We're in Garden City, which is on Long Island. So not too far from the city, not too far from your campus in Queens. And we are very accessible by train. Both Lorenzo and I actually live in Queens. And so we get to campus every couple days. And we actually usually catch each other on the Long Island Railroad. So very accessible from where you are now. We do have residence halls on campus. So if you wanted to live on campus, that's another option too. We are kind of a small to medium-sized school, about 5,000 undergraduate students and about 2,000 graduate students, but we really try and make sure our students feel that kind of personal connection to Adelphi, and that really starts in the classroom. So the average class size is about 21 students, and there's a 10-to-1 student to faculty ratio. Our students are very involved in clubs and organizations, and you'll see tons and tons of things happening around campus. And even while we were virtual this past year and a half or so, clubs and activities really continue to go in the virtual space. We are a very diverse campus. I am one of the international counselors at Adelphi, and so I love to talk about how many countries are represented, but we've got a lot of states represented, lots of racial and ethnic diversity on campus, neurodiversity as well. We've got a strong LGBTQ community, and really we see diversity in a lot of ways. And one of the most important numbers on this screen is that 95% of our students are employed or in graduate school within 6 months of graduation. We're really proud of that number. We really do our best to make sure our students have hands-on experiences in the classroom and outside of the classroom while they're a student at Adelphi, so that they're well prepared for life outside of, life after Adelphi. Okay, so we've got 6 different academic schools at Adelphi covering many, many different majors. I'm just going to give some highlights here. Many of our students will take classes in the College of Arts and Sciences through our general education program, so we do want our students to be well-rounded. A couple of highlights in College of Arts and Sciences. So this is a really wide kind of ranging college. We start with performing and visual arts. Next up is humanities and social sciences. Humanities and social sciences, so things like anthropology and English, creative writing, some languages as well. And then the sciences. One of our most popular majors at Adelphi is biology, but we also have things like chemistry, some of the more interdisciplinary programs like environmental science, that's in there as well. Next up is the College of Education and Health Sciences. One of our more popular programs here is a 4+1 program. So that's 4 years of your bachelor's and 1 year of a master's degree. And that would be our STEP, Scholar Teacher Education program. So that is ideal for students who want to become teachers. Also in health sciences would be our health sciences major, plus exercise physiology, physical education, a couple of other things. College of Nursing and Public Health. Main program there is our nursing major. It's a BSN program and it is direct entry. So students who are admitted to the program in their first year are in the program for their duration as long as they meet, all of the requirements and keep up their GPA. The nursing program is incredibly well regarded in the area, and many of our students are going on to careers and going on to positions that they get because of those clinical experiences and because of the connections they make while they're at the university. Next up, the School of Psychology. I'll also talk about the School of Social Work. So these programs both start with the bachelor's degree, but they go on all the way through a doctoral degree. So if you wanted to stay at Adelphi for quite some time, you definitely could in these 2 fields. Psychology has psychology and neuroscience. Psychology is definitely a popular program with us. And then social work, that would be the social work major. And then finally on this list would be the School of Business. So business is definitely a very popular program at Adelphi. Excuse me. We've got majors in kind of the standard business management, but also finance, accounting, marketing, economics as well. A couple of signature programs I'll highlight here. You can see the list, but as I mentioned, we've got some 4+1 programs. We also have joint degree programs that are partnership programs with other universities. The Honors College is especially attractive for prep students. We actually have a number of students from prep who are in our Honors College. So if you're used to taking those AP accelerated classes and you're looking for that additional challenge in college, the Honors program may be right for you. Livermore Global Scholars Program if you're thinking about kind of putting your major in a global context. We also have support programs, so if you're looking for a little bit of academic or even sometimes social support while you're a student, definitely check out our support programs. There may be something that's really kind of fits your needs. Finally, a couple bits about our application process. So for all students, please submit an application. That would be either the Common App or through our Adelphi application. We always need a transcript. We are test optional, so you can send SAT or ACT scores, but if you decide not to, that's also fine. You can send one or more recommendation letters, a couple of application deadlines there for you. And then finally, a bit about financial aid. All of our students are considered for academic scholarships. There are some specialized scholarships for art students, athletes, and a couple of other areas. And then of course, definitely submit your FAFSA. Last thing I wanted to mention about applications is just that we will be doing it on-site with St. Francis Prep coming up in the winter, either late November or early December. So keep an eye out for that. Thanks so much.
Great, thank you so much. Next up is Molloy College.
Hi everyone, how are you? My name is Pamela, even though it says my name is Mark. Mark wasn't able to be here tonight, so I will be filling in. I'm an admissions counselor at Molloy as well. And so I'm just gonna share my screen and get started. Great. Okay, so Molloy College is a private Catholic liberal arts college in Rockville Center, Long Island. So again, not too far from you guys. We're pretty much in the area. Let me just, there we go. And we are selective and well-respected, yet welcoming and affordable. We're 25 miles away from Midtown Manhattan. We're a medium-sized college with about 5,000 students, 3,000 of those being our undergraduate students and 2,000 in our graduate programs. Our student to faculty ratio though is 10-1. So even though we're a medium-sized college, our class sizes are on the smaller side with about usually 15 to 20 students in each class. So we have over 50 majors at Molloy College, which are listed out here, anything from nursing to theater arts, music therapy, history, computer science. We definitely have something for everybody. And because we have small class sizes within all of our majors, there's more hands-on one-on-one learning with your professors, which more than 77% of our professors have their doctoral degrees. So they definitely know what they're talking about. They're also going to be your advisors throughout college. So you're definitely going to get to know them. They're going to get to know you. And that's only going to benefit you throughout your college experience. Having somebody who has been through the college process before, who is working in the field that you're learning about, that's only going to benefit you when it comes time to get letters of recommendation for jobs, just get advice about your career. It's definitely what makes Molloy stand out, is the connections that students are able to obtain with their professors. We have 3 residence halls at Molloy College, Bogner Hall, Maria Regina, and Fitzgerald. All of our dorms are nice and new and updated because we only started doing dorming in 2015. So they're all nice and new and updated. We have common rooms, practice rooms, game rooms, gyms, 24/7 security, and also free laundry, which doesn't sound like a big deal, but once you start going to college, you will realize how important that actually is, because it definitely adds up. We have 17 Division II sports at Molloy College, and then we also have club sports as well, including esports. So our Division II athletic sports, if you are interested in playing, that means you do have to be recruited. Very simple process. You would just reach out to the coach, say, hey, I'm interested in playing baseball for you guys, and they would get it started for you. And with Division II athletics also comes scholarships. So those are, you're able to add on top of any academic scholarship that you may receive. And we also offer we also offer scholarships for esports as well, which is video games. So we have like an Overwatch team, Madden, Super Mario Brothers. So if you play any of those games and you would like to get money to play those games at Molloy, definitely we're the spot for you. So we always have tons of stuff going on at on campus at Molloy, as you can see. Every day it's something new. Sometimes I walk by my office and there's a petting zoo. Sometimes there's zip lining. You know, we have like ice skating happening. Sometimes there's always something different and new happening for our students because we want you guys to have a good time here. We don't want you to just be focusing on your studies, even though that's very important. We want you to have the full college experience and have a blast. That's what college is all about. So we're definitely making it very fun on campus. We have tons of student-run clubs related to majors and related to interests, but a lot of the student life that we have on campus, you don't have to be involved in a club or be participating in anything in particular in order to be a part of that on campus and join in on the fun. So just a quick what you need to apply slide. We would need a complete application. So either the Molloy app or the Common App, doesn't matter to us, your essay, which would be a part of that application, and your high school transcript. That's it. We're completely test optional. So if you have SAT or ACT scores, you can definitely send them to us. They cannot hurt you. They can only help you. But if you don't have it, don't sweat it. Don't kill yourself to try to get those into us. It's totally cool. You can still get scholarship, get accepted without test scores. We are rolling admissions, which means we have no application deadline. We also don't participate in like early action or early decision. So the sooner you apply, the sooner you'll hear back from us. The only date that I like to remind students is if you apply after December 15th, you wouldn't be eligible for a full scholarship. So if you would like, you know, to be eligible for a full scholarship or reviewed for one, then definitely make sure you're applying on or before December 15th. So to get into Molloy, for regular admission into Molloy, we look for an 82 high school average. And then optionally, either an 1,000 on the SAT or 20 on the ACT. And then for our nursing program or any of our dual degree programs, we look for an 85 high school average and then a 1050 or a 22 on the ECT. So just a little bit bumped up. Again, none of our programs require any test scores, and we don't have a requirement of needing any like sciences for however many years or a specific science or math. I know sometimes with nursing, students think that they have to have specific sciences done, but that's not the case at all at Molloy. So you could come to us as long as you have the GPA average, and we'll get you settled and taken care of once you're here at Molloy. Probably the most important thing that happens is tuition and financial aid. That's what most students want to know about. So our tuition is $32,800 per year, which is 50% lower than other private colleges on Long Island. 92% of our freshmen are receiving some type of financial aid from us. So again, less than 8% of our students actually have to technically pay for the full price, but they're not even paying the full price because they get academic scholarships, merit-based scholarships, which are applied automatically and looked at automatically. So you don't have to apply for an academic scholarship or check a box. We know that you want it. The second we get your application, we're going to look for that academic money for you. Normally, we're looking for like an 85, 88 GPA to be eligible for academic scholarship. And again, that's like an SAT and ACT range that we normally look for, but again, not necessary. And then we also have what we call our affinity scholarships. So for what you're doing outside of the classroom. So whether that be community service, you guys are coming from a Catholic institution, if you're involved in your church, if you are involved in the school newspaper or yearbook, all of those things you're also eligible to get scholarships for as well. It's just writing a quick essay about your experience doing said thing, sending that into us, and we can add those scholarships on top of anything that we offer to academically, stack it up. We have no cap, and then you could just get yourself a nice little pretty package. And that's pretty much all I have to say, keeping it short and sweet. This is our information for the admissions office. So you can either email us at admissions@molloy.edu. You can hit me up personally at ptursick@molloy.edu. And then that is our admissions phone number. So definitely make sure you reach out to us. We're very available and we are very happy to get to know you guys further. And we will be having an on-site with St. Francis Prep. So we'll waive all your fees and definitely you'll have like that on-spot decision. And we can't wait to see you guys then.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And next up is Iona College.
Great. Thank you so much, Matt. Hi, my name's Maggie. I'm the admissions representative for St. Francis Prep here with Iona College. So I'll be your admissions counselor. That means I'll be reading your application and reviewing your materials this year, as well as I'll be your first point of contact for you need and any questions you have about Iona as you're going through the college application process. I'm also joined here tonight with our Associate Director of Admissions, Ray Garrow. So he'll be joining us as well. Great, so I'm just gonna go ahead and share my screen. Okay, hang on one moment. Start it from the beginning here. Okay, great. So before I kick off our short presentation here, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about us. Iona College is a small to medium-sized Irish Catholic liberal arts college. We're located about 30 to 35 minutes from St. Francis Prep, not too far, great location. At Iona, we like to say that you get the best of both worlds, right? So New Rochelle is a suburban city. We're just a 30-minute train ride from Grand Central Station, but you still get that quieter, more intimate campus feel on our 45-acre campus right here. And as a liberal arts college, we do offer a wide range of programs through our School of Arts and Sciences, as well as our LaPenta School of Business. We've got popular programs such as criminal justice, political science, psychology, health service programs like speech language pathology, and a direct entry nursing program. And we've also got some great business programs with concentrations in marketing, management, accounting, finance. So definitely something for everyone. We do offer 45 major and minors for our undergraduate students, as well as some dual degree programs and joint degree programs, as you can see here on the right of the screen. At Iona, we always encourage our students to learn outside the lines. What does that mean? That means internships. That means clinical experiences. That means field work. We're very proud of the fact that 94% of our graduates are employed or enrolled in some kind of graduate education within 6 months of graduating. And that Career Center is there to help you every step of the way. We've had students intern with EY, NBC, Google, and many others very influential organizations that you'll see here. Our Career Development Center will help you with networking events, expos, resume review, and they'll even help you build some cover letters as you start your job applications. So life on campus, this is the fun part, right? This is what students always want to hear all about. So we do have 7 residence halls on campus here at Iona, and housing for our students is guaranteed all 4 years of study. All of our residence halls are equipped with laundry facilities, lounges, and most importantly, air conditioning, so you won't be sweating in August. It does get hot, so that's a great feature of our dorms here. Okay, the application process. Also have over 80 clubs and organizations on campus, including some academic clubs, multicultural clubs, and our Division I sports. Also, we are expanding our club sports programs, and we're excited to see what will come there as we're adding more club sports to our programs. We also hold over 400 activities and events on campus every year. Our application process, so you've heard it a few times here today, but we take the common application. That's how you can apply to us at Iona. And of course, if you reach out to us, we're happy to offer you a fee waiver code. Just reach out and we can help you out with that. And we're looking to see about a solid B average for our applicants to Iona. We do require 2 recommendation letters. Ideally, that's one from a teacher and one from a guidance counselor. And we do practice test optional admissions. So if you want to submit those scores, that's great. If you don't want to, that's no problem. So I do want to talk about the deadlines here as well at the bottom. So this first deadline is our early decision deadline, December 1st. And that is that binding agreement. If you know Iona is your #1 choice, you're absolutely certain you want to go. If you get in, that's a good option for you. Otherwise, I recommend early action. If you apply by December 15th, we can let you know about your admissions decision by the end of January. And then we have our regular rolling admissions with the deadline of February 15th. Financial aid and fees, right? So we do offer something that we're proud of here at Iona is that 100% of our students receive some kind of aid from us. We awarded over $50 million in scholarships last year, and our scholarships usually range from around $10,000 to $25,000 a year. So we do also offer some need-based aid, but you definitely have to submit that FAFSA application if you'd like to be considered for need-based aid. We additionally have some smaller scholarships for things like Catholic Heritage Awards and community service scholarships. Okay, click here. So that price does come to about $60,000 with our tuition and fees and with the room and board. But keep in mind, that's just the sticker price, and 0% of our students paid that fee, that tuition price last year. And if you ever need to reach out to me, I left my contact information right here. We're also on socials. We've got Iona College admissions via Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Our Gale Guides also have a TikTok page if that's something you're interested in checking out. I highly recommend that.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you to all of our presenters. We have a couple minutes for Q&A before we end this session. So I'd invite all of our presenters to come back on camera and respond to this question. What is one piece of advice you would give someone going through the college search process? And I'll ask that you respond in the same order that you presented. So Megan, you're up first.
All right, so my piece of advice would be to get started early. So I know that there already are some deadlines coming up. So we would say, well, my piece of advice would be to get started and to not stress out too much about it. This should be exciting. You are applying to places that are going to be your home, and it's shaping your future in the upcoming years. So it should be something that you enjoy, and make sure that you're applying where you want to go and where you see yourself being successful in the next couple of years.
Thanks, Megan. I'm going to go next. Again, Jessica from Ithaca College. I would simply say, keep an open mind. You're likely what you're thinking today and what you will be thinking in your first day of college, and then maybe your 100th day in college are going to be completely different, and your interests will evolve over that period of time. And so just keep an open mind and be kind to your family members and supporters, because while it can be stressful, it's very exciting at the same time. And so be kind to one another as you navigate this.
All right. Hey guys, Adam from Utica. My best piece of advice is no matter where you pick, make sure that you're doing everything that you can to be successful. Don't be afraid to ask for help. All of our colleges provide you with an ample amount of resources that can definitely assist you in being successful at anywhere you attend. And make sure that you're filling out the FAFSA, no matter what anybody counselor is telling you about, maybe not being eligible for money. Fill it out. Don't be hesitant to fill it out. The reason being, let the school tell you you're not going to receive any money, or the government tell you you're not going to receive any money. Don't just say, hey, I'm not going to fill it out because my family makes too much. If it's free money, take it. All right. That's my best advice.
So my piece of advice is usually to have like a professional email address, maybe something of just your name. But what's nice about prep is that you already have that. So use your school email address. But my other main piece of advice is, get to campus if you can, do a tour if you can. But I always recommend to step off the tour or step away kind of from your family for just 5 minutes and walk around the campus yourself and really think, can I see myself here? Walk into the library and say, okay, what can I sit on that chair and can I study there? Walk around. Do you see people like you? Do you see people who you think you can be friends with? So just get away from your family, get away from the tour, but just don't get lost. Thanks.
I believe I'm next. My biggest tip for students going through the college admissions process is for you to be filling out your application, for you yourself to be going through the college admissions process. Your guardians, your parents, they should not be applying as you for your school. They should not be choosing what would be the best fit for you. It should definitely be your decision. This is your life. This is where you're going to be for the next couple of years. Definitely make sure what you want to study. Even if you're not sure, just being undecided is totally fine. Don't feel pressured to have to pick a school to impress other people or to pick a major for reasons other than you want to do that. And definitely make sure that you are involved. It's your email address and your social security number on your application and not your parents or guardians.
Okay, great. I believe that leaves me. So I think my biggest piece of advice for students as they're going through this process is to visit. I don't think you fully get an idea, either virtually or in person. You don't fully get an idea of what it's like to be on that campus, until you visit. And I also recommend, if you visit, try to make an appointment with your admissions counselor. See if your admissions counselor will sit down with you, talk about your concerns. Sometimes it's a good opportunity fresh off the tour just to voice any concerns you have about that college or campus.
Excellent. Thank you all so much. So that wraps up our session. I want to say thank you for joining us. Thank you to our panelists for all the great information that you shared. To our attendees, we do ask that you fill out a survey when you exit the Zoom window. It's very quick, just 5 questions. And a recording of this session and other sessions will be available at strivescan.com/SFP. Thank you all so much and have a great rest of your evenings.
Thank
you. Bye, everybody.